Okay, welcome back, everybody. We are here with Oklahoma, 12-6 last year in the Big 12, 25-9 overall in an NCAA tournament appearance where they hosted games in Norman. It was their first appearance since 2018. Jennie Baranczyk, second year at Oklahoma, 11th overall as a head coach. She has brought 3 student athletes with her, all in that super senior category that we love to talk about. Anna Llanusa, Taylor Robertson, and Maddie Williams. Well, first I would say, as a mom, if I had these 3 super seniors, like, do you package them together and like take them everywhere you go? Because I would get nervous that they would get loose or get lost. Like, don't take your eyes off them.
Right. No, there's a lot of things that I don't take my eyes off of with these 3 amazing people next to me up here. But no, I know. But how cool is it?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
how
fantastic.
amazing is that?
Yeah.
What they've done, what they've built here, I mean, all the experiences that they've had and they've stayed. I mean, to be able to stay when there's a coaching change is a big deal when you're at this level. To be able to stay after the season that we've had where any of them could go anywhere they wanted, but for them to believe in each other and in this program, they're always going to get to come back home and be really proud of their entire experience. So, I mean, it's not seen as much anymore, and it's really special and it's really unique, and I'm really proud to be able to be a very small part of it.
No, I think it's fantastic. Now, you talk a lot. Culture is a huge piece of what we talk about in college athletics all the time. You used the word love last year about your program. How do you think that theme helped translate into the success that you had last year and how that carries over now moving forward?
I mean, let's be real. I mean, yes, I love these women. That is 100% what our program stands for. You know, we love what we do, how we do it, who we do it with. But it takes a group of women and a group of leaders that are extremely special and believe in something bigger than themselves. And so we came into a situation that could not have been better.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm constantly asked the question of all the challenges that you had last year. You know, what was the worst part? And honestly, coaches, we don't get to do this. Like, we don't get to come into a program where these guys are amazing. They believe in each other. They believe in us right from the start. Maybe not right from the start, but pretty close. But honestly, you know, we can't take any of it. I think what they've done and, you know, obviously their ability, but their belief in each other and just love for this game and this university that's where the winning finds you.
Absolutely. Let's talk X's and O's for a minute before I ask them some questions. Your offensive system, it's built on everybody having a green light, but you also say that in order to do that, you got to box out, you got to play defense, and you got to rebound. 82.6 points per game last year. You've got pieces integrating into this offense. How do you feel everyone is progressing, and what have you liked out of practice so far?
Well, you know, the really nice things after being in it for a year, I think they can set the drills, they can set the expectation for practice for us to continue to get better. And it's, you know, from a coaching standpoint, it was really nice to be able to come in this year because I think our new players just kind of fall in line. So when we're talking about, you know, get to the 3 spots, they know what we're talking about. When we're talking about, okay, make sure that you're cutting to score, they know what we're talking about. So they can not only lead by example, but they can lead from a sideline too, and they can coach themselves.
Right.
And so I think that part's been really fun. I think the other part is in the off season, you know, we were really lucky in the spring to have enough players for them to get up and down and play 5-on-5. So they've been playing
awesome.
since the end of the season. So yes, sometimes there's practice squad and people that come in and play too, but for them to be as competitive as they were in the off season to just get to play, I think they also really fell in love with playing and just playing pickup. And that's, you know, especially with COVID when that was kind of taken away. They weren't allowed to be together for a lot of years. So from a training standpoint and from their ability just to play in the off season, I think was huge.
Okay, I'm going to ask you ladies some questions. Anna, I know you've been rehabbing. You missed the Big 12 season last year. First off, how are you doing physically? And how excited are you just to get back out there again and do this one last trip at Oklahoma?
I'm doing great physically.
Awesome.
All the way back. I am very excited for this season, being able to just play the Big 12 again.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. I missed it for 2 years now.
Yeah.
So it's going to be great to just be back out there on the court with my teammates.
And you know how competitive this Big 12 is. So you've got new faces on your roster. What have you told your new players about the Big 12 and what the kind of competition and challenge they're going to see?
Yeah, well, the Big 12 is just there's lots of really good teams. Anybody can win at any time, and so you always have to bring your best self every single time. And I think our younger kids know that. I call them kids. Our younger players know that. They know that we're gonna have to bring our best self every single game. And so just because there's so many great teams.
Right. Absolutely. Okay. Maddie, you're one of the best rebounders in this league, one of the best scorers in the Big 12. Some would say maybe a little bit undersized sometimes. You had to play big last year in certain positions in certain games. But what's your secret to being such a force on the backboard?
Man, I think just having a dog mentality, like knowing that no matter how big you are or who you're going up against, I want the ball more than the person that's in front of me or the people that are in front of me.
That makes sense to me. And as a unanimous All Big 12 first team selection last year, a unanimous preseason All Big 12 selection this year, what are you looking forward to the most with this team that you have heading into this year?
Man, just showing the world what we got and showing the people around us what we've been working so hard to build with each other. We came up short a little bit last year, but we've got some big dreams this year. So.
And you got a taste of the NCAA tournament. That has to be pretty nice, right?
Oh, yeah, it does. It is nice.
All right, sitting next to you, Taylor Robertson, also a 2022 unanimous All Big 12 first team selection, a preseason All Big 12 selection, and the Big 12 career three-point record holder, both in the league and at Oklahoma. So, Taylor, as a shooter, I know the green light is always fantastic. I mean, that's an awesome feeling. But you've also got to play within the system, right? So what's been your focus in the off season to maybe diversify your game a little bit or just give yourself an extra punch when you think about scoring the basketball this year for your team?
I think that the main thing is that everybody on our team has a green light, and then just finding ways where I can set other people up, maybe with a screen or with a pass, just finding different ways to get everyone else involved, because that helps our whole team. That'll help get them shots, and it'll help me get shots too.
Well, that makes sense. Now, if anybody else out there has a question, please raise your hand. Rachel and Christopher can bring you a mic. We've got just a couple more minutes with this group. And Coach, I know size in this league is important. Maddie played undersized a bit last year in multiple games in that post, but I know you've got some coming in with a couple freshmen. Talk a little bit about what they're bringing to the floor for you, maybe how that changes things.
I think we do have some size in our freshman class, and I think that's really important. And I also think that, you know, we kind of don't really care that we're a little bit too small sometimes, or we're a little not this, or we're a little not that. The way that we play, I think, is amazing. I think Liz Scott has had an incredible offseason as well. I know we're talking freshmen, but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention her, Skylar Van. And I think what makes this team so special and so unique is that we're willing to do whatever it takes, just like Maddie talked about. So just continuing to want to play together, and continuing to find unique ways. And there's times that, yes, you know, we need to have a little bit more size, and we will in our freshman class, and we will continue to do that. And I am no longer the tallest player, so I'm really excited about that.
You don't have to play post roles anymore, right?
Well,
as
you
much.
know, sometimes. But no, but honestly, I think by committee, that's what we're always going to be about. So every three-point shot's by committee, every post defense, you know, opportunity that we have is by committee, and so is rebounding. And I think that's what, again, these guys just want to win every possession, every game, all the time.
Talk just for a moment of how you've approached scheduling, looking at the non-con as we talk with all the coaches and student athletes that come through here. The Big 12, it's a gauntlet. You got to play everybody twice. We know you're going to beat up on each other. What have you looked at for your non-conference to kind of prepare for the conference season, and where do you see those challenges early?
Well, we were lucky enough really to start in France. So I think the foreign tour was a nice kickoff for us. But I've always been a proponent of great non-conference scheduling. I think it's really important to prepare you for the gauntlet, but also just to face a variety of teams. I think that's also what makes the Big 12 so unique and so special, is that every team's so different, and you have to prepare so differently for every opponent. And I think that's what makes this league so special. I'm excited for this league to schedule in a great way in the non-conference as well. I mean, look at what we did last year.
Yeah.
I mean, in the NCAA tournament, We won every game, men's and women's basketball. I mean, that is incredible in the first round of the NCAA tournament. So we're doing something right. We need to continue to do that. But I do think that the non-conference is a huge deal, and we did a nice job of scheduling.
Well, I want to wish all of you the very best of luck. Thank you to Oklahoma for being here. We will be back just a little bit later on here this afternoon with the remaining 5 schools at the Big 12 women's basketball tip-off. And I want to wish all of you the very best. Thank you for being with us, and good luck this season.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Boomer.